So a little disclaimer before I let this intro video roll. This quilt was actually intended to be my last quilt of Quiltmas, but time just got away from me. And so the intro is gonna be very festive and very talking about Quiltmas. I didn't want to record it because it's talking about the fabric I'm gonna use and why I'm gonna use it and all sorts of that. So I just want to give you a little disclaimer that we're not traveling back in time thinking right now is getting ready for this next Quiltmas. This was actually supposed to be for last month. So let me send you back in time to December, Emily, and welcome our first 3-yard quilt of 2024. So we are here on our last day of Quiltmas, which means today is Christmas Day. And so it's also gonna be the start of our last 3-yard quilt of 2023, the year of the 3-yard quilt. And it's got a theme and it's gonna be perfect. So I'm gonna start off by telling you it's from the Pretty Darn Quick 3-yard quilt, and I've decided I'm gonna do this bold blocks quilt. So very simple, very straightforward. And the reason why I picked that one is because this fabric is a tribute to our special little helper friend who we have seen all year getting herself in the way. And so my focal fabric is gonna be this in the spirit of Trixie. So I had 2 pieces of this. I don't remember buying 2 pieces, but I had 2 pieces of this, so this is gonna be one of them. So I thought that was a perfect focal. And then when I had this left over from the Synergy quilt, I knew that was gonna be a fun coordinate. And so in my stash of fabrics that I also got from my guild, when they said, you can have these as long as it's a quilt for charity, these cute little polka dots are gonna be my background. And so those 3 fabrics are gonna come together and make the bold blocks. So where the purple is on here, that's where the teal's gonna be. And then the background, it's kind of like a bluish greenish on here. That's where the polka dots are gonna be. So I am gonna get this all ironed out so we can start cutting and then put this super cute quilt together and see if Trixie likes it as much as she likes everything else. So let's go get cutting. Here is our main print with our crazy little Trixies and friends. Like I particularly think this little pig one looks like her, which is very appropriate because she gets called Piglet. And so here are the block borderings. I can't remember, I gave it a different name, I think. And then these are the borders. So we've got inner border, middle border, outer border. And then that left me with only 8.5 inches to do bindings. So either I'm gonna have to do the super skinny binding because I needed to get 5 strips out of it, or I have more of this left over. I could do that. So I haven't fully solidified what I'm going to do for binding yet. If either of those options are what I do, I could go with plan G or something and maybe just do like a black binding, but I don't know. We'll cross that bridge in the next video, obviously, because this one we're just going to do some piecing. So I'm going to start getting these strip sets all ready so that we can get to work. So the good thing about this quilt and these blocks is it's basically super straightforward. It's kind of log cabin style where you just have your center one and then add one, add one, add one, add one. And so that's all it needs. So now I have 6 of this style and then 6 going the other direction. So it's going to be 3 across, repeated twice. And then this quilt top is going to just need borders after that. So I'm going to go start sewing some rows together, and then we'll be on our way to a very tricksy full quilt. So as I was sewing this, I realized how much it matches my sewing machine too. Like, how funny is that? But it's just turning out so cute. So I've got to iron this out and then put some borders on it. I think this one is a triple border situation, which I haven't done in a while. So I'm going to go clear off my living room floor to make room for putting those borders on. But this is turning out so cute. Our official first finished quilt top of 2024, and as it should have been the last one of 2023, I guess it's very fitting that it is Trixie themed. So I think this came together really well. When I was imagining it, I thought this was going to be a little bit more bold, but I do like how it's more subdued and kind of just lets these blocks kind of stand out a little bit more and isn't competing with it. It just adds a little bit of something. Like, looking at my camera here, it reads very solid, so it kind of just lets these be the focus. And then when you get closer, you see the cute little pink polka dots, and it came together super quick. So this would be a great one for a big print, like if you're a K Facet fan, or just have some big blocks here, or if you have a block panel that you're not sure how to use it and want to keep your block solid. This would be a perfect little thing. We just put some little framing borders around it and let them kind of stand out, and then each little block would be different. You just need 12 blocks for this one. So it's a great size. I was surprised at how wide it was getting, that it feels a little bit bigger than some of the other 3-yard quilts that I've done. So I'll have to double check to see what the measurements are in comparison and then go from there. So I'm very excited. I'm going to show you these little kitties up close so you can get a real peek at them. And then we'll be back real soon to quilt this. So clearly someone's not ready to give her opinion on the quilt. She's a little sleepy. It's very much a rainy, wet day outside today, so it's no surprise that she's in here, curled up in a little ball, giving me some side eye. So I will show you those kitties up close while this kitty is sleeping.